Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that every screen in your house is dead. Your phone won't turn on. The power grid is silent. GPS is down. Airplanes are grounded. Satellites are offline. At first, it feels like a global blackout until scientists announce the truth. Earth has just been hit by a solar superstorm, the most powerful blast from the sun in recorded history. Solar storms happen all the time. Our star constantly ejects particles and magnetic energy into space. Usually, Earth's magnetic field deflects these harmlessly. But sometimes, once every few centuries, the sun releases something far more dangerous, a coronal mass ejection so massive and so fast that it becomes a solar superstorm. And if something like this hit Earth today, the results would be unlike anything humanity has ever experienced. The last major event happened in 1859, the famous Carrington event. Back then, the world had no satellites, no power grids, no internet. Telegraph lines sparked, caught fire, and operators received shocks through their equipment. But compared to today, that was nothing. Our world is now dependent on electronics and long power transmission lines, the exact things a solar superstorm can destroy instantly. When a superstorm reaches Earth, it slams into our magnetic field, compressing and shaking it violently. This triggers intense geomagnetic currents across the planet. High-voltage power grids overload within seconds. Transformers melt. Some explode. Entire continents can go dark for months. Unlike normal outages, these transformers aren't easy to replace. Many require years to manufacture. Next, satellites begin to fail. The charged particles damage their electronics, knock out GPS systems, and degrade communication networks. Internet would partially collapse, especially transcontinental connections. International flights relying on GPS would be forced to land immediately. Some aircraft might lose navigation entirely. Radiation levels in space would surge, threatening astronauts on the ISS and passengers on high-altitude flights near the poles. In extreme cases, airlines would cancel thousands of flights per day. Even pipelines underground would experience powerful electrical currents running through them, accelerating corrosion and causing long-term damage. Within hours, modern society would grind to a halt. Banks, hospitals, emergency services, nearly everything depends on electricity and digital systems. Water pumps would fail in many cities. Food supply chains would slow to a crawl. Some regions might stay offline for weeks, others for months. In the worst-case scenario, parts of the world could remain without stable power for a year or more. But despite the chaos, a solar superstorm wouldn't be the end of civilization. Humans would adapt. Power companies and governments have been preparing for decades, strengthening grids and improving satellite shielding. Many systems would recover quickly. Communication networks might reroute signals, and emergency reserves would activate. Still, the shock would be immense, a reminder that even in the 21st century, Earth is not fully protected from the forces of space. You would also see something spectacular: auroras lighting up the entire planet. During a major solar superstorm, the northern and southern lights could appear over places like Mexico, Italy, India, or even the equator, glowing red, green, and purple across the sky. It would be beautiful and terrifying because everyone would know what it means. Could we predict such a storm? Yes, but with limited accuracy. Scientists can detect flares and ejections leaving the sun, but once they're on their way, we only get about 15 to 60 minutes of warning before they reach Earth's magnetic field. Not nearly enough time to protect satellites or shut down entire power grids safely. In the far future, humanity might build global shields, redesign power infrastructure, or harden satellites to survive even the strongest storms. But today, we're still vulnerable. A solar superstorm wouldn't destroy Earth, but it would temporarily push our world back decades technologically and remind billions of people that the sun, our life giver, can also become one of our greatest threats.